What is up, guys? Mr.Berrys here, and welcome back to some more The Beginner's Guide. The last time we left off at the machine. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. I intend to be quiet. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so he might have a bit of attention in this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. What? Oh gosh. Oh no. Too much press. Calls itself Coda. Oh shit.
And of course, it's the machine.
Three, I guess. Two. I guess any option at this point could work. Don't want to be too harsh on him. Oh, those noises are so loud. Alright, I'll apologize to the people on your behalf. What? Oh gosh. Whoa, okay. My friends! It falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. There we go. Let us pay its retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Alright. I mean, if you're going to destroy everything it created, you might as well destroy it. Whoa. Oh, the theater again. Oh, okay. What? What? Okay. I'm destroying everything. I'm a little confused right now, guys. I'm just destroying things. Alright, let's take it all down. Might as well.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
What?
And so, as I'm thinking this,
I'm still destroying.
I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
It's almost as if I'm just painting everything white. Oh, crap.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions.
Oh, shit.
And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Nothing for them to be afraid of. Was I supposed to fall through that door? Here's Coda, guys. Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
So you help Coda out basically by like giving support to him, having the people give their feedback, the much needed feedback.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
The last game he ever made. Alright. This makes me wonder if it's going to be like all the other ones he made, or if it's going to be something different. Alright.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Cold indeed. Look at this place, man. That gate gonna close? No.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Does it? Oh, whoa!
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
I'm gonna try to get through it. Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. So you can get through that, but... Man, that must have been hard, though. Oh, crap. Okay, never mind. Let's just stick to the bridge here. Alright. Wonder if anyone's, like, played this and actually gotten through it. Probably. I'd imagine someone has.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
No.
I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Not wanting to be played, I guess.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
1 5 1 6 1 7. Man, that must have taken him forever. Think about, like all the different combinations that would be. Must have taken him forever to try to figure that out.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first two challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Jeez.
But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Thank you.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
You didn't fail, man. You achieved something. Can I fall? No, I can't.
I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Sorry if I'm being quiet for this. I really just want to focus on what the narrator is saying, and I don't want to ruin it for those of you that also want to listen to that. But, I was gonna say,
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
what if his games actually didn't mean anything? He was just creating them.
Where did I screw up?
This is getting sad. This guy feels like it's all his fault. And I feel like it really isn't his fault. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
What? No. That's so sad. So he's the...
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, it was... I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
What? No. Would you stop? So he added the lampposts? What?
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
When I am around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do have hope that one day it clicks, and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I am talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know.
Tighter.
I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Epilogue. Okay. I really don't want to say anything that would like ruin the atmosphere and everything to it. One thing I do want to know, was he the one who added the lamppost to it? Kodak, what? Or was that Davey who added the lamppost to it? Because they said, will you stop adding lampposts to my game?
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
So where do I go to? Do I go back? I'm confused as to where to go. Oh! Walked right past it, alright.
Solution. guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Okay. I'm really at a loss of words here. Just hearing this guy's story and everything.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
It's black. Alright. Where do I go from here? Guessing over here where that brighter purple is.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
This guy literally had no motivation once his games were done.
What now?
So, was this...
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
So is this like an old level or a newer level that Coda made for him? I feel the need to walk through these doorways here. Alright. So the narrator's gone then. At least for a little while. Okay. Is it gonna stop right before we can actually get in? Seems like something that it would do. Are we back on that train? No, we're not. So, I'm trying to filter on something because I'm trying to think about what the narrator says. But at the same time, I could just have you guys watching a one talking video. Or I guess I could. Which is the whole thing. How at first it seems like he is just like interested in his games, and then he becomes almost obsessed with it. And it's like Coda's the reason he stopped, because this guy's trying to look for something in games that don't have any meaning to look for. And that's it's a teleporter that you die in, right? You walk in it. I guess so. Now we rise up. Okay. Holy crap. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. That's a big maze. Jeez. What, is there even an entrance or an exit to it? Doesn't look like it. Or if it is, it's too big to even see.
Turn back.
4R.
Turn back from this cave.
This project would not have been possible without the following individuals: Matthew Brett, Ryan Roth, Helena Huron, Richard Flanagan, Jesus Higueras, Lydia. Turn Back. Written by Helena Huron, performed by Helena Huron and Ryan Roth. Additional links: Aviva Pinches, Haley Stidham, Eduardo Ortiz, Felix Kramer, Gabrielle Brombin, George Royer, James Portnoy, James Renovich.
So turn back. Turn back.
So is that the end? That's the end. Looks so. Man, I don't even know where to begin with this game, guys. So basically, what you think is just a narrator of showing the meaning of Coda's games. It's really about the story of how basically Coda has almost stopped making games because of the, well, he has stopped making games because of I think his name Davey, I think it was. And the hidden meaning of the games is there really might not be one. This guy got obsessed with the games and basically is trying to look for something in the games that don't have anything to look for in. And I didn't realize that this narrative was going to get that deep and personal, and that this was actually a true story based off games that this guy actually made. They said that in the beginning, and I was like, alright. So I knew that these were actual games that were made by an actual person. But I didn't think that it went into that personal meaning of why this whole thing was there. I didn't know the full catch of the game. Like I said before, in the first episode, I didn't really realize that this was, I was going in blind, so I didn't realize what it really was. But that's really deep, and that was actually really good, and, you know, I hope that Coda, if he hasn't already, finds out about this game and things can get straightened out. That's really meaningful. So I'm going to let that sit with you guys for a little bit, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this, because I really like this. This was actually really deep and meaningful, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see some more content, and I think I'm actually going to try to do some research to see if Coda actually ever found this, and if things actually got sorted out. You guys could do the same. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.